Look here, and here! There's blood all over you! Why do you cry? Why couldn't I do it?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. If she said no one's ever been this nice to me before.
Gon and Meruem, despite not fighting each other, what if I told you guys that these two mirror each other, and not only that, and that they parallel each other's development? What's up guys, the Red Cloak here, and today I'll be taking a deep look into Gon and Meruem on their journeys, and how they basically parallel each other at the end of the video. Both of their journeys, they took different steps and different routes, and they achieved different goals. And I'll be talking about this in this video. Also want to say this, if you are a Hunter x Hunter fan, make sure to subscribe because I may be doing more Hunter x Hunter videos. So again, subscribe if you want more Hunter x Hunter videos. And let's get started with this analysis video. It's best if I go with Meruem first because when I get to Gon segment, I will talk about the parallels and how they mirror each other. So when I get to Gon segment, I'm going to tell you guys how they mirror each other and how they're kind of the same in development. The thing Meruem does when he basically is born, he kills a Chimera Ant officer with no regard for its life. He does not care. He's basically being shown that he's irredeemable and he's basically evil to the core. This guy is a monster in that he doesn't care about human life or anyone else's life besides his own. Because in this whole arc, it's being depicted that ants are basically the monsters and we're becoming more human than them. He actually enters a palace, and this actually means he fights somebody with Nen. He beats the guy with Nen, and actually he gets a good taste of Nen, and he's happy about it. He's basically having this evil smirk saying that he has all the power in the world. And when he's about to kill even more humans, the humans beg for their lives, but Meruem actually justifies it, saying that they never spared a pig when they were about to eat it. So Meruem's trying to justify his actions because the humans never really spare anything that they were about to eat. Skip through most of the parts until Meruem meets Komugi. This is where Meruem really starts to change. Meruem actually meets Komugi, she falls asleep, and Poof calls her an idiot because she's falling asleep while she's supposed to be playing a life or death match against him in Gungi. There's a neat trend with Meruem because he wants to fight his opponents at full power or reverse them at full power. So basically, he lets Komugi sleep. After taking a couple of losses against Komugi in Gungi, Meruem actually decides to make a bet with her. If he wins, he's going to take one of her arms, but if she wins, he's going to rip out his own arm. Komugi doesn't accept this, and basically, as an apology, Meruem rips off his own arm. Losing to Komugi again, Poof actually knows something, that the king is actually changing because of this little girl. He can barely contain himself from killing her, but he stops. He controls himself. He knows that this girl is changing him, but the king would actually get mad if he actually decided to kill her. He makes a decision that he will kill Komugi until he comes in her room and she's getting attacked by a bird. Meruem actually saves her. He doesn't know why, but he just saved her. Asks Komugi why didn't she scream for help, and she just says she didn't want to disturb anyone, and Meruem tells her she wasn't going to disturb anyone. Meruem's questioned himself, what is up with this girl, and why does she cry? Meruem is finally noticing what humanity is, because Komugi embodies it. Another hint of Meruem getting humanized by Komugi. After this, Meruem actually scolds Pito for not protecting Komugi, and he tells her that Komugi will be a top priority for you as well. If it was old Meruem, he probably wouldn't care. He probably just let Komugi die, and he wouldn't scold Pito for this, because he doesn't care about humanity. But this one is starting to change. He's changing a lot. When the palace gets attacked, Komugi gets in the middle of it, and she gets gravely injured. Instead of Meruem not caring about her life and disregarding her, he actually cares. He carries her gently and tells Pito, he begs her to actually heal her. Meruem decides to fight Sir Netero and Zeno Zoldyck outside, so no one else or Komugi gets hurt. Meruem fights Sir Netero. He doesn't just go guns blazing. He actually wants to talk with Netero. He does say, I still want to rule the world, but humans are those who I should protect. Ideology is gone. His old ideology was basically destroy the weak and basically the strong conquers. Meruem's new ideology is protect the weak and make sure the strong keeps on protecting the weak so they don't get hurt. Not accept Netero's offer to basically fight, so he just sits down and even agrees that he'll leave the palace, but Netero keeps on resisting and he actually attacks him with the first hand, which does nothing. Meruem gives him a compliment on his strength, but still, does nothing. Meruem actually asks him again, sit down and let's have a chat. Netero resists again, and he attacks, going, and Netero decides, would you like to know your name, Meruem? Meruem would accept this, and Netero says if you can make him admit defeat, he will actually tell him the name of the king. Yeah, Netero actually sacrificed himself by doing a self-destruct, who actually gets Meruem the blast, but Meruem gets resurrected by his two subordinates. When Meruem is actually resurrected, he seems like a changed man, and Meruem actually knows that his two subordinates are hiding something from him. When Meruem uses N on everything, or on everyone, he actually knows from Palm, reading her emotions, that Meruem is going to die soon. Meruem now has no purpose, but he wants to find Komugi to spend his final moments with her. Actually finds Palm, and instead of torturing her or beating her up for the information where Komugi is, he begs and pleads and goes on his knees and says, "Please, let me find Komugi, or help me find Komugi. I'll do anything." In Hunter x Hunter, the ants are basically depicted as becoming more human, while as humans are becoming more of monsters. And Meruem does find Komugi. He does, and he spends his final moments with her. And Meruem actually does say he was born to be with Komugi. Meruem and Komugi has been through his whole saga, and his whole development is over. He's become humanized at the cost of his death, but he doesn't care. He died with a smile and with his best friend Komugi. You can say whatever you want about Meruem or this death, but this death was very satisfying and a great villain death, in my opinion. And now we can move on to Gon. For Gon, he had it all. He had basically a loving aunt. He didn't have his father or mother because they left him, but still, he had a great life. But he decided to leave all that to become a hunter and find the father who left him. Gon's selfishness has basically been shown in the beginning of Hunter x Hunter in every arc. Gon is a selfish person, and you can understand that. He's a kid. Most kids are selfish. Gon soon meets Kurapika and Leorio and his best friend, Killua. He goes on adventures with all of them, but mostly Killua. But we'll start with the Hunter exam. It'll be pretty brief, and then we get into the Chimera Ants arc. When Gon versus Han, he actually doesn't give up. This guy breaks his arm, and he's about to kill Gon, because Gon has many opportunities to pass Hunter exam by versing other people, but he just doesn't give up against this one person. Gon's stubbornness is being shown. He doesn't want to give up, and he doesn't even think he can give up. He puts his own life on the line just to defeat this one opponent when he has multiple chances to fight other people and win and pass the Hunter exam. Gon's stubbornness is the reason why he even won this match. And now we can finally get on to the Chimera Ant section, to where Gon finally loses his humanity. Gon, Kite, and Killua are actually out to find some Chimera Ants. Sir Neferopito comes out and actually rips off Kite's arm. Gon is in a rage right now. His friend get hurt, actually powers up just like the king when he fought the person with Nen for the first time. He powers up just like him, but Killua actually knocks him out because Gon stands no chance against Pito. Soon later it's revealed to us that Pito decapitated Kite. Well, to us, we actually know. But for Gon, he doesn't know that Kite's dead. He's still in denial, saying that Kite wouldn't lose to somebody like Pito. But as we can see, he's dead. When Knuckle and Gon first fight, Knuckle actually falls asleep. Gon actually talks to this with his friend Killua, aka Subordinate, and Gon and Killua come to the conclusion this guy is an idiot. This actually mirrors the Komugi falling asleep in front of Meruem, and Meruem telling Poof, "Is this girl an idiot?" and they both agreeing on it. In Gon's fight with Knuckle was actually asleep. Gon could have took the tag from Knuckle and basically went to the NGL and passed, but Gon doesn't do it. He wants to fight somebody at their fullest. We have seen this from Gon a lot. He wants to fight Hisoka at his fullest when he actually took his tag. In the Hunter exam, we saw it a lot. Also, you've seen this from? Yeah, Meruem, the king. He wants to face Komugi and Gungi at her fullest, not when she's tired or sleepy. He doesn't get satisfaction from beating somebody when they're sleepy or tired. He wants to fight them at their fullest. Meruem and Gon actually scold their opponents. Meruem actually scolds Komugi for not going at her fullest, and Gungi and Gon scold Knuckle in their fight for not fighting at their fullest. That Gon and Meruem actually take to their feet. Gon actually takes it very badly. He actually loses some of his Nen for 30 days and he can't really use it, and he actually feels like he's too weak. He actually breaks down and starts crying, as he never knew being so weak could be so frustrating. But for Meruem, he says that strength is what he will achieve. Gon and Meruem take their defeats differently. Gon breaks down. He feels like he's too weak, and Meruem knows, even though he lost to Komugi and Gungi, he knows he's still all-powerful. He can kill her in an instant. In my opinion, this is where Gon actually starts to lose it. When Gon basically meets Pito, he asks her to step away from Komugi when he sees Dr. Blight. Dr. Blight basically turned Kite into a puppet, so Gon's getting PTSD from that. Gon forces Pito, or basically demands Pito fight him, but Gon knows, well, everyone knows, Kite needs to be healed, and Pito is the only one who's plausible to do that. Gon is now wavering from human to a monster. Gon is starting to lose his humanity, because the person he wants to kill the most, Pito, is the only one that can save Kite. And Gon asks her, why are you even healing Komugi anyway, after what you did to Kite? Gon does have a good reason to be mad. Pito basically took Kite from him. Gon even argues with Killua, saying, why should I trust this thing after what she did to Kite? Pito, nervous and scared, puts her arm out and says she'll do anything. She'll do anything Gon wants, but he just has to wait until Komugi's healed. There was the situation Meruem had with Netero. Meruem wanted to talk with Netero, while Gon is not really in a talking mood. He just wants to get straight into the fight. He's basically a different Meruem, a Meruem who doesn't care about the consequences right now. He just wants to get his revenge. Gon decides that he will give Pito time, but not the time that she needs. Pito needed more time than Gon asked for. Gon basically just tells Pito that the time that she wanted is not going to be acceptable, and he only gives her an hour. Gon actually sits just like Meruem when he was versing Netero. Monster inside of Gon wants to get out and kill Pito, but Gon knows that she is the only one who could possibly heal Kite. When Pito and Gon go to Beijing, Pito does actually break the news saying that Kite's dead. She can't heal him. He's already dead. Gon breaks down in tears. Gon now has lost his purpose. He lost everything that he was working for. Kite is now gone, and Gon doesn't know what to do. Gon blames himself for a moment until Pito says that she's going to kill him now, and Gon decides to let the monster out. He sacrifices everything, his nen, his body, his own life, just to kill Pito. And from a quote from Gon, he basically says, I don't care if this is the end, I'll use everything, and I'll kill you, Pito. Togashi and Hunter x Hunter taught me something, that even if you're a child, you could still be pushed to the breaking point, just like Gon has. And I would like to defend Gon here. People have been saying that Gon had no reason to kill Pito. Well, he did. Pito, again, was going to kill him. Gon was the only one that actually stood a chance and was the only one there. So if Gon didn't transform, or if Gon didn't sacrifice everything, Pito probably would have killed him, and Killua would have watched, well, came back and saw. Gon repeatedly bashes Pito's face over and over again, but it doesn't satisfy him. Even though he killed Pito, it doesn't satisfy him. It's not going to bring Kite back. This just doesn't do anything. This is a bittersweet moment for Gon. Gon's transformation from human to monster is complete, and for Gon, his humanity's gone, while Meruem gained his humanity. And when Pito basically gets back up and cuts off Gon's arm, Gon wanted that to happen. He wanted to be just like Kite, and when he grabs his arm back, he does a good old Meruem gesture and actually gives his opponent his arm. He may have won the battle, but at what cost? His nen, his body, his own life, and his own friend leaving him after that? Gon lost. Even though he beat Pito, he lost. Gon is the final example of what Togashi and Hunter x Hunter was telling us, that humans are far worse than ants. I do want to end this off right now, but I do want to say something. In ending 5 Hunter x Hunter or Hita, basically it is called the two sides of one coin. Gon is on one side and Meruem's on the other. How Meruem gained his humanity and how Gon basically lost it. He basically lost everything. His body, his nen, he almost died, and Killua left him after this arc. Hunter x Hunter was never about pure evil. It was about conflict. It was about battling internal demons, which Gon lost. He lost that battle against his internal demon. And Meruem, he gained his humanity, just like all ants. All the ants gained their humanity, except Poof. But tell me what you guys think about this character analysis video. It's been the Red Cloak. I'll be signing off. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'm out.